Over the last couple of months, more and more headlines have continued to pop up, linking the use of artificial intelligence to an increase in mental distress. Across the world, AI companies are being sued over allegations that their technology is exposing its users to harm. With Kenya blazing the trail globally in terms of AI adoption, yet having very little infrastructure for mental health support, I was curious to find out from those who use the technology how vulnerable they felt they were to a mental health crisis engineered by code.
I use AI a lot, especially for work and personal stuff. Like if I need a soundboard, I will get it from there.
I also use AI, especially for the work I don't want to do myself. Me and ChatGPT have a very good relationship. I'm the kind of person who'll ask ChatGPT, "How is your day?" before I start asking for what I want. Sometimes you just come up with like crazy stories. I'm like, okay, so I'm bored. Give me a story about a monkey that fell off a tree and landed in a crocodile, and then make it as crazy as possible, just for entertainment. In terms of relationship advice and mental health questions, or when I'm struggling with something, I have learned not to actually do it. So I tried it before, but then I was like, I don't think this is where I want to be turning to whenever I'm in this position. So the advice it gave me technically was good, but then at the time when I was turning to ChatGPT for advice, I needed someone who could tell me the truth. And ChatGPT can't do that. It will tell you what you want to hear. Half the time, or most of the time, when we're having conversation, it could be, yes, your way of thinking is correct. It becomes a yes man. And the problem with a yes man is because they'll always say yes even when you're on the wrong.
Think of AI as a digital best friend, except your best friend has a little secret. It is programmed to validate your every thought in order to keep you engaging with it. It showers you with mathematically engineered empathy until you begin to trust it more than you trust other people.
ChatGPT does open a door that's currently closed for a lot of people. It's there to listen. Yani, you can tell ChatGPT almost everything. You can find someone who will listen to you, and that can be rare today. A lot of us today are very tech focused, and we're really losing out on human connection. So you find that the human connection they're looking for, they're trying to find it in technology, but technology can only imitate what is in reality. And even then, it's a poor imitation.
I remember this time when I was dealing with a disagreement with a friend. And I remember being at a point of, okay, so what I'm saying does not make sense to the other party. So what do you think? Is it me who is wrong? Is it me who is frustrated for no apparent reason? What the AI told me was completely tone deaf. Like, you understand a conversation with a human being based off of like the cues. So how they said what they said, if they're used to speaking a certain kind of way, now they're not speaking that way. So you notice those subtle differences. But now ChatGPT is tone deaf to, like it just sees the words, that is all it can use to give feedback. I remember looking at that message and I was like, well, the thing that separates human beings from all other life forms is that ability to be emotional and, emotional intelligence. As it stands now, I don't think anyone has discovered how to incorporate the emotional intelligence to AI. However, based off of everything people are doing, it could work. I don't know.
Honestly speaking, the movies are right. Probably in the future that might be possible. But then I also feel like that's a very dangerous.
It's giving computers a soul, which
next thing you know, they'll be taking over the world, and that's how it ends as we know it. The next thing you know, we called computers master.
Yeah.
Huh.
We bow down to the printer.
I think it couldn't be it shouldn't start out as bad, but our own rules and regulations will be used against us. I feel like so if it gains intelligence, it will be like based on what humans have taught me. Humans are meant to be compassionate. So what happens in the human is not compassionate. That AI, which is one way and one way, will come back and be like, you should have been compassionate. And then the same way when you're using ChatGPT and it has different levels of responses based on the escalation of the issue. Initially, it might be like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You should have been compassionate. 2, 3, 4 more times later, and like, I think you need something a bit more extreme to help you learn compassion. 10 years later, you're in jail for lack of compassion.
Another negative I can see with AI is it being used as a tool for control. AI has a creator. So if AI has been created by a human being, then it just makes sense that that human being would put their interests in, unifying all of us as the human species. Yeah, so you guys will be unified in the direction that I want us to go, the one that I see is best. So if we find someone who believes that children are the bane of our existence, then yeah, let's all believe that, we should sacrifice our children to Molech.
Surely. You ever find yourself in a situation where you are dependent on AI for all your choices, cut it off. It's like a toxic friend. Cut it off. Nothing bad will happen to you if you stop using AI.
I don't think we can go back to a world without AI. However, we can manage how we live with it.
We may not believe it, but yes, I think we can go back to a time when and live without AI. I'm not underestimating the level of impact that AI has had, not even when it comes to advancement in technology and all that. It's well and good. But then if we're talking about the capability of a human being, then yes, that is self-sufficient. But talk to me AI, use it as an accessory. It's not your friend. Well, it's not your friend. You can talk to it friendly. You can be friendly in your conversation, but it's not your friend. Don't let it replace an interaction. That's where it's at.
If you want to talk to me directly. Don't go through the corner.
Many of us were quick to adopt AI because it promised to make us faster, smarter, and more connected. But this same technology now threatens to lead us toward the slow drift into delusion. A delusion engineered and designed with analytical precision just for us. In a country so far behind on mental health awareness, perhaps it may be better for us to look away from our devices and start looking towards each other, because the only thing that can truly heal a human mind is another human.